Resume: how to read a job posting. When applying for opportunities, a job posting will be a key source of information as you begin tailoring your resume and cover letter. On the other hand, it is used by employers as a recruitment tool to attract and screen talent. Now, what is important to keep in mind is that the requirements listed on a job posting is just a wish list of what employers look for in a candidate, meaning recruiters know they may not be able to find everything they want in an applicant. Unicorns don't exist, right? To make it clear which requirements you meet when reviewing a job posting, go with the green, yellow, and red approach. First, look at the requirements or qualifications. For this environmental, health, and safety summer student job posting, they are looking for a select number of transferable and technical skills including communication and Excel. Now, let us assume you are an occupational health and safety student looking for a summer job. Ask yourself, which skills, knowledge, and experiences do you possess that the employer is looking for? From there, highlight anything in green. Anything in yellow would be anything you kind of have demonstrated, sort of possess, but you're not too confident in. While anything in red is an area of development as you don't possess the skill, knowledge, or experience. As long as half the job posting is covered in green or yellow highlights, consider applying for the opportunity. You don't need to only apply for jobs you are 100% qualified for, as you will wind up leaving so many wonderful opportunities on the table. Don't limit yourself. Keep in mind, as a professional in training, you can share your enthusiasm, passion, and transferable skills. Your energy, excitement, and motivation are much more valuable than your ability to use Excel or PowerPoint, since they can train you in that area. So, avoid playing it safe to protect yourself from disappointment or rejection. Push aside that self-doubt for just a moment and just apply for the opportunity. The worst thing that can happen is that they don't get back to you and you spend some time applying for a job that excites you. So, step outside of your comfort zone and seek discomfort. After you look at the qualifications, try looking at the responsibilities. Here are a few for this posting. You can pause the video here if you would like to review the bullet points. When we look at some of the duties, firstly remember you are a professional in training. You are not expected to know how to do this, which is why they will provide you on-the-job training. Now, look at the verbs they are using. This includes conduct, make, update, develop, and support. For simplicity, they can be categorized into 4 competencies: teamwork, attention to detail, analytical, and problem solving. Based on this, you can imagine that these competencies are valued by the employer. As such, while you may not have experience performing these duties, you can show your demonstration of these transferable skills in your work, volunteer, or academic experiences. Knowing all of this, let us begin tailoring your resume. As you learned in resume, accomplishment statements, and resume communicating irrelevant experience, we want to properly qualify and quantify your experiences while using keywords. As a recap, we can do this under the summary of qualifications, as well as any of the work, volunteer, or academic experiences. For the summary of qualification, we want to touch on some of the points the employer listed under the requirements. So based on our self-assessment, we can speak to occupational health and safety program, communication skills, team environment, motivated to make a difference. Given that the education section will highlight the program you are enrolled in, we will not speak to this point under the summary of qualifications or work, volunteer, and academic experiences. For communication and teamwork, we could say, delivered administrative support in a team environment by acting as the first point of contact for external stakeholders, demonstrating overall communication skills. See how we included the words team environment and communication? For technical skills, if you did not possess experience using Excel or PowerPoint, think about how you can begin developing these skills in the future. Is there a LinkedIn learning course or a video you can watch on YouTube? If not, don't worry about including it on your resume, as that would be misleading. However, once you have picked up those skills, here is an example point you can include on your resume. Watch YouTube videos, and completed LinkedIn learning courses on Excel, learning how to create spreadsheets and perform functions such as VLOOKUP. If you want to take it one step further, work on a project, for example, a budgeting spreadsheet, to demonstrate your application of the skill, then note this on your resume. Motivated to make a difference is a tricky one to express on your resume, as the employer might be expressing it in a way that is related to the job. So think safety, environment, and etc. So it may be something you speak to on your cover letter as to why you are passionate about this area. But if we wanted to include the keywords on the resume, we could say, motivated to make a difference, proven by planning, networking, and social events for undergraduate students, promoting public and occupational health and safety careers. Keep in mind, all the requirements and the associated keywords don't need to be under the summary of qualifications. They can be threaded throughout the document and in your experiences. Now, as reviewed earlier, there are 4 competencies that you would use or apply in this day-to-day job, including teamwork, attention to detail, problem solving, and analytical. Using the green, yellow, and red approach, let us assume you possess the first 3 competencies. On your resume, under your work experience, to showcase your teamwork skills, you could say, supported store manager in building a stellar team environment of committed staff members by creating a positive work environment and providing mentorship. Collaborated in a team of 3 to conduct research on student satisfaction of on-campus mental health services. As for your attention to detail, reviewed and edited a 10-page report on ergonomic flaws in the workplace, reducing grammatical errors, and improving sentence structure. Finally, problem solving. Resolve customer complaints by identifying the issue and providing personalized suggestions. Acted as a mediator during team conflicts by actively listening to involved parties in order to address misunderstandings and tension. And that wraps up Resume: How to Read a Job Posting. For more information or further tips and tricks, visit us at the Career and Co-op Center. Feel free to attend one of our many workshops or even make a one-to-one appointment with our career educators.